the game, right? Away from the tournaments, in those scrims, in their preparation, in their VOD review. To make sure that weakness isn't something that's exposed here in Atlanta. Well, SSG, they're up 2-1 in the series right now. It's time for some King of the Hill. Stella has been out of this world so far in this tournament. Let's see if he can continue that form here in the next game.
And if you're on the OpTic Gaming side, you're worried that Stellar's kind of hitting the final form, right? You really don't want to ever let him heat all the way up. It can get very dangerous. And off that last game, he might take the momentum and just really continue where he left off. But Dead Zone with a very nice shot there to take down Eco.
A little bit early time here for SSG, but the delayed camo spawn is going to mean that a little bit of attention moves away from the hill towards that. Dead Zone going to have a line of sight on it, but first of all, he's got to deal with Bound, who is flying, it's Stella, who is flying forward. I almost expected that to be Bound with the way that spark was boogieing. It's actually going to be Bound who's going to collect the camo, and Stella has the snipe, and Formal just found that out for himself.
It's true, it's scary with the movement on SSG, isn't it? If they were all wearing the same armor, you'd have no idea, because they tend to all fly into areas that just breakneck speed altogether. Here's the pushback green from SSG.
SSG looking to pick up the kills before they step into that hill, using this camo to its max. I know he's here somewhere, but somewhere ain't good enough sometimes. But look at the play from OpTic, by the way. OpTic are giving as good as they can on this hill. It's not going to be an easy break for SSG. Dead Zone's still inside that hill, and Luce is trying to support him. Stella's probably thinking, hey, where are these OpTic Gaming members coming from?
It's wild the percentage plays that Stellar looks for, right? The fact that he goes Nest Bridge and knows he's going to hit that body shot to clean up the Nest player. Just a lot of high confidence plays coming out of him. But so far, it's paid off for OpTic Gaming. As you said, a really good hold there on the pillars and sandbags angles that they took, and now only moments away from closing out the first hill.
Yeah, they've done a really, really good job. I think it kind of started with the hold that they had when that camo was in and around the hill. They picked up a couple of kills, they spawned in the big door, they managed to fly out and keep contesting. And now you're seeing them step inside the hill with SSG 2 dead. This could be the first point for OpTic. They convert, they're up 1-0.
Really, I think SSG got surprised there on that last angle. I think Stellar thought he was going to walk in. Once they got the Nest kill, generally, once you get that kill, you can get breaks on back green, you can get breaks on sandbags, on pillars. Instead, OpTic Gaming really, really great timing on their team shots specifically to hold down that angle, shut down Stellar, and then eventually close out the first hill as well.
Battle for the rotation is now our next point of call for both teams, as the Tower Hill is where we will be heading. 3 dead for SSG. OpTic looking extremely focused in this game. Haven't really put a foot wrong so far. Even when they didn't get that camo, they were securing hill time. In the meantime, Eco's going to wait for them, and I like that from SSG. Yep. Wait for the flanker, wait for the scammer, pick up your kill.
I like that a lot. 1v1 here. I think Dead Zone's still alive. Dead Zone's actually going to pop the camo. We'll see if he can stay alive. Big help coming in. Dead Zone eventually taken down. A nice double kill. It will make things 2v2 on the map momentarily, but I agree. It's a really great heads-up play there from SSG. I think when we were on Trippy's screen, everyone was thinking, ooh, is Trippy going to get away with this with a house flank? The flank window and scoreboard? Not at all. Eco looks at right away, checks big door, gets the kill, and makes sure that things stay even here on the second hill.
Green gun for Chip. Trippy's going to make the kill onto Bound a little bit more simple than if he didn't have it. Hits the green bolt. But look how fiercely contested this hill is, right? Nobody has had an elongated period of time with their toes inside of it. Maybe Lucid with his sniper rifle can change that in the favor of OpTic Gaming. Bound has the visor cracked, and then he has the skull follow it afterwards. There's a little bit of a zoom in, as Lucid maybe is creating the space for OpTic. They are now 2/3 of the way to capping this hill, and it's been thanks to the sniper rifle in the hands of this man.
Yeah, I mean, this team looking very, very good on this game type. Like we said, just not missing shots here. Going to get some help, and that's 3 assists in a row. Beautifully done, just dealing all the damage that he needs to, and they're moments away from closing out this second hill.
And Lucid's playing his best. This sniper rifle looks so whippy. It's such a high sense player, high acceleration. It's so fun to watch him do what he does. But OpTic Gaming, even though they've had a huge majority of this hill, have fallen at just at the wrong time to call it their own. SSG do break, and now they have to hold.
As you said, Formal not able to get a trade or even pivotal damage that would have helped the spawners. The timing wasn't there, so OpTic Gaming is going to need to formulate an entire push. They've got certainly, at minimum, probably 2 pushes here to try to make this work and close out the second hill. No QT there for Stellar. That means the first kill will go to OpTic.
Yeah, no damage either coming in from Stellar, which is very rare in those situations. You just get caught off guard ever so slightly, which has made the push for OpTic a little bit more simple to take care of. Formal will find one onto Legend. Bound has taken damage himself. Lucid's up on that tower. And even though Bound does get the kill with the trade, Dead Zone's still here, still causing problems. But look at SSG, they're flying across the map. This has been such a staggered push from both sides that now the spawners are involved.
Yeah, really interesting. Just chess match between the two teams, right? Just slowly, as you said, knowing that they didn't want to take the damage. It took so long for Trippy to even leave the nest boxes there to actually go into tower because he wanted to play very selected angles to avoid cuts as well as dummies. In the end, the first kill on the next rotation, first 2 kills on the next rotation go the way of OpTic Gaming, and they close out the second hill as well. A lot of mental battle there, and really just, as you said, a slower push than usual. In the end, it's OpTic Gaming that gets the upper hand. They get the second hill as well.
Really important this for OpTic Gaming as well. Having lost the last 2 games, you need a bit of confidence and momentum to swing back your way. Securing the first hill, a good way to kind of level the mentality. Securing the second one makes you believe once more that you're in this series. For now, though, they have to focus on breaking again. As SSG have won the rotate, they had 3 dead momentarily, and Stellar, this time you get the feeling he's not going to go through a fight without doing some damage.
Yeah, just like you said, so rare that we're on Stellar's POV. Essentially, him getting taken down led to a long series of events of what then led to OpTic Gaming taking that second hill. OpTic Gaming, by the way, narrowly outslaying at this stage of the game, just 37-36. Every single game, they have been neck and neck in terms of kills.
One man who's having a great game again is Dead Zone. He has been so impressive so far, and the kills are stacking up in his favor once more. Unfortunately, he's going to have to take a death this time around, as his stats will now change from 12-6 to 12-7. And Stellar, he's looking for more. He's going to find Formal. Off guard, doesn't want to trade this kill, and won't. It's 4 dead. As Bound picks up a couple himself for SSG, they're starting to have a little bit of a grip on this hill.
SSG not out just yet. Going to look for that sniper top middle as well.
Enemy about to
And only if they get the first pick here, especially the first 2 picks, this will be their hill.
They get the kill onto Dead Zone. Eco's watching bottom middle. Stellar gets another one as well, and you get the feeling that even though Formal has found one, this is going to be a 2-1 game in the next few moments. That's exactly where we find ourselves. The SSG get that hill on the board, as now we move to the mud hill, and for Eco, he's got the snipe and he can break this open.
Also worth noting there that OpTic actually did go for the stop, and now they find themselves 3 dead yet again. Back-to-back 3 deads because they tried to fly in and get the stop on that. You have to think it's a high-risk, high-reward play in the end. Now it's going to lead to still 3 dead. More time on the board here for SSG, and they're going to look to tie up this game.
Eco probably just saying to Legend, hey, jump in the hill, buddy. I got that sniper rifle, although this is a pretty good spot to snipe, especially towards green, but this angle is difficult, and he decides that if there's one thing I've learned from the previous series, learning what happens when you let Lucid catch a sniper rifle, I'm not letting that happen again. It's a double kill for Bound, though. While the action moves away from the hill towards back green, this man, he's looking for more, and he's going to get it as well. It's another kill for Bound.
4 dead for OpTic Gaming, 3 of them coming from Bound. It's amazing to watch him play. The shots, the only way to describe those shots are crispy in all of those battles. Beautifully done, beautifully executed, and with that swing of play, Space Station will now go into the lead, 51-45 kills.
Half that hill is theirs as well. Push is coming in on the pillars. They know they have to deal with Bound, but look at the damage. Even with no shields, he peeks out, he prods out, he gets 3 shots into Lucid to make the cleanup a lot more simple for the rest of his teammates to take care of. And SSG stand back in that hill once more.
OpTic is really just in the blender here. Anyone who's been watching the kill feed as well as the top left of the screen, you've seen OpTic with 3 to 4 dead 3 times in a row. Maybe Lucid can slow this one down. See if they get back in control of the map.
Decides to take the 1v1 with Stellar. It's brave and it's confident, and luckily for him, Stellar just didn't get that first shot. It wasn't perfect from Lucid, but the 6 shots was enough to get that kill. And OpTic finally have managed to get semblance of map control. And you're right, it's the camo that's allowed them to do that. It's not just the kill, Andy. You got to think, SSG are thinking, where's that camo?
Stellar again.
Oh, he gets it this time.
Stellar wins it. You challenge him a second time, 4 dead, by the way, and you have to think this is such a big hill, not just for this game, but for this series. If this goes 3-1 OpTic versus going 2-2 SSG, this could really determine how these next few games go.
OpTic gonna have one more stab at this one. Bound is gonna challenge. Stellar's gonna get the kill, and it will be 2-2. SSG inside of that hill, call it their own, and now we turn our attention to top middle. And with Stellar looking to get on top of that tower, this kill could be massive from Lucid, but Eco keeps his teammate alive.
How about Stellar doubling back to take down Lucid the second time, huh? Fool me once is what Stellar says. He comes back down to challenge that battle again. Of course, it's a pivotal battle to break there at mud.
Oh my Stellar!
Unbelievable shots, unbelievable play coming from him. Finally, he's taken down, but not before some progress on the board in the hill, as well as a few kills to his name.
Now Legend's winning the individuals as well. Jumps up and gets above the body of Dead Zone to land the bonk onto the top of the head. And Bound's got a sniper rifle as well, so this is not looking good for OpTic Gaming right now. Tower control, owned by SSG. Hill, owned by SSG. And Bound is standing with the big stick, looking to peel anyone who dares to poke.
Yeah, this is not an easy push. Against other players, it might be easy to fly.
Oh, sweet Jesus! That is a shot and a half, and he gets the beat down as well on bottom middle. Can't quite convert it into a nice looking double kill, but it's going to be enough for SSG to stay inside of this hill and call it their own. SSG up 3-2 now.
How about Bound? That's how much of a threat he is. Nobody even wants to look top mid. No one goes sandbags. No one wants to go see plat or bottom tower because they know you're going to get absolutely peeled by the sniper rifle of Bound. That's what he does, getting that kill, and as you said, getting the melee as well. He's getting a kill, getting another player no shield. That paves the way for them to get the 3rd hill. Mind you, they were just down 2-0 here off the opening. It's an unbelievable comeback from SSG.
And for all the impressive things that Formal has done so far in this tournament, he's been one of the standouts for OpTic. This has not been a standout game statistically. 9-21 for Formal. Needs to find a few more kills to get his team back on level footing when it comes to those slays. And with 22 seconds left in this game, you have to wonder, are SSG thinking time? Or is that going to allow OpTic to step inside this hill and send us to a decided hill?
2 dead, Formal with the camo, game in his hands, 3 dead. He's the last player alive. This is dicey and dangerous. You have to think there's no way out for him. What can the spawners do? It's going to be too late. 9 seconds left on the clock.
Formal knew they needed to get near that hill, but I wonder if he just could have bought a few more seconds of time. And
that's it.
it's going to be SSG now who do close out the final moments of this game. It's a turnaround in their favor, and Space Station Gaming now 1 map away from being